And we're now back bringing you live pictures near the finish line of the Boston Marathon on Boylston Street. Over to the right side of your screen, that's Mayor Walsh, joined by the Richard family. In just moments, a wreath-laying ceremony will commemorate the 5-year anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombings.
And we're going to bring that to you live as our coverage of One Boston Day does continue here on WBZ this morning.
I think I do also spot Lindsay Lou's family there. They are doing simultaneous wreath-laying ceremonies at 2 of the sites, one of them being outside of Marathon Sports on 671 Boylston Street, and the other at 755 Boylston Street, where the old Forum nightclub used to be.
And that's where this shot is being taken from right now, the second blast site outside of the Forum, where Lindsay Lou and Martin Richard, both of their lives were taken 5 years ago. You can see the wreath-laying ceremony now underway.
You're watching live pictures outside 755 Boylston Street, the second blast site of the Boston Marathon bombings 5 years ago today. Those are Lindsay Lou's parents. Lindsay Lou was a 23-year-old grad student at Boston University, tragically lost her life that day. They're also joined by Martin Richard's family. As
you can see here, joined by Mayor Walsh there on the left. Now, just 550 feet away, another wreath-laying ceremony about to take place with Governor Baker overseeing this one, with Crystal Campbell's family about to go place that wreath and have a moment of silence. Here they go now. If you're just joining us, we are currently watching a pair of wreath-laying ceremonies underway, an emotional moment, as you can see here, with Governor Baker standing alongside the family of Crystal Campbell, one of 3 victims who lost their lives 5 years ago on this day during the Boston Marathon near the finish line. This, where you're seeing right now, is the site of the first blast that went off at 2:49 in the afternoon that day, right in front of Marathon Sports. This being the other site of the second blast, right outside of the old Forum restaurant.
There you can see Mayor Walsh joined by Lindsay Lou's family. as well as Martin Richards' family. A moment of silence was honored following this wreath-laying ceremony, and it's incredible that you can just hear the shudder of the camera as people chronicle what's happening. You can see the crowd that is gathered to witness this moment here. A very somber, a very emotional scene near the finish line of the Boston Marathon really commemorates and honors the lives of those lost tragically that day, and also shows the resolve of the city and how this day is really to take back the horrific day that was, the bombings 5 years ago today, and turn it around into a moment of empowerment. It's been marked One Boston Day. From here, these families will go on to do community service in their communities. Just this year, 43,000 acts of kindness have been pledged through the onebostonday.org website. And that's going to set the tone for the marathon tomorrow.
And what we just saw this morning certainly set the tone for this day, and remembering what it really is all about as the families now make their way to the Boston Public Library. We do understand there's going to be a tribute for them there as well. We are expecting to hear from some members of the family at that time as well, so we'll be covering that live for you and bring that to you as soon as it does happen. As you can see now, that memorial, though, right there along Boylston Street, continuing to grow. It started growing early this morning, 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the morning, people were already making their way down to the finish line to pay their respects.
Especially first responders. We noticed a crowd of first responders come out near the finish line very early this morning. They had their own kind of impromptu moment of silence. They were around each other, they embraced each other, and just remembered the lives of the many people who were tragically not only lost their lives, but also wounded in the marathon bombings. In about 15 minutes, there will be a private service inside the Boston Public Library alongside the families of the victims, as well as local officials and some members of the community.
And we obviously can only imagine how difficult this is for these families to return to this site where their families, their loved ones' lives were cut tragically short. But it is a reminder of what Mayor Walsh said about what One Boston Day is all about, the resilience of the human spirit.
And our coverage of One Boston Day as well as the Boston Marathon continues. We are proud to be the only local station bringing you coverage from the start to the finish line. Our coverage begins tomorrow morning at 4:30 from Hopkinton. As we go to break, we leave you with these images following a wreath-laying ceremony near the finish line of the Boston Marathon. We'll be right back.